Farm Basics is brought to you by the Liberty Link trait and Liberty herbicide from Bayer. The most reliable weed management solution, Liberty Link and Liberty herbicide are the link to efficient row crop production and sustainable weed management.
One of the questions Darren and I get each fall from farmers is, if I'm going to burn my crop residue, how many nutrients do I actually lose?
Well, it is a big question that people have because there are many reasons they may consider that they don't have any options. I have to burn this residue or I won't be able to farm this field, or my ground won't warm up, or the residue is just too thick and too deep. And there are just a lot of reasons why a farmer may get into a situation where he feels he just has to burn some crop residue. The question is, what's going to be left when I do that? What am I losing? I know what I'm gaining, but what am I losing?
Okay, so here's what the farmer is going to lose. Here's what anybody's going to lose when they burn crop residue. 98 to 100% of the nitrogen is going up in the air. 70 to 90% of the sulfur, gone. 20 to 40% of the phosphorus and potassium, that's gone up in the air. If a farmer or anyone lets residue naturally break down, they're going to get a lot of that nitrogen, the phosphorus, the sulfur, the potassium. A lot of that is going to go down into the soil and it can get used for the next crop. So if someone is going to burn residue, they can certainly do that. There aren't laws against that in most areas. You just have to be a little bit careful about where you're burning and that the fire doesn't get out of control. But you have to look at how many nutrients did you lose, and now you've got to invest some more dollars in fertilizer just to replace those nutrients.
Now, one other place we see a lot of burning is in ditches. We'll see people burning ditches along typically just gravel roads, but occasionally you'll see this happen by other roads as well. In a lot of cases it happens in the northern part of the country, and the main reason behind it is for snow. When you've got lots of grass in the ditches, it can catch snow over the winter. By burning the ditches clean, a lot of times the snow, much of the snow, will blow right on through, and that's the goal anyway. Now, the other side that we see with burnt ditches is we do get some pretty nice green up early in the spring with grass growing without all that residue from last year's grass that has now died to have to grow through. So you may see burning going on in ditches as well. Then we've got to be cautious about fence posts and telephone poles and everything else, but there are just a number of reasons why people might consider burning.
So once again, if you are a farmer, we just want you to consider the downside to burning. We realize there is an upside too, so you got to weigh all that out obviously. But again, you're going to lose almost all your nitrogen and sulfur. You're going to lose 20 to 40% of your P and K up in the air when you burn.
One other reason that we didn't even talk about that you may consider burning is to try and get rid of weeds like our Weed of the Week. We'll show you some other means of controlling this week's Weed of the Week.